And with that, Your Excellency, let me ride on all the protocols that have been observed in the interest of time. First, to Mama Ida and the family, let me extend my deepest condolences and those of my wife and family to you and your children. Your friend, sister, Tessie, did ask me to step forward and tell you that she really conveys her condolences. Secondly, Your Excellency and Mama Ida, let me say thank you for giving me a unique opportunity, first with the consent of the family, and also as a directive from the President, to do one last honor, and that was the honor to lead a delegation on the afternoon of 15th of October, just a few hours after his passing, to India, so that we can join those who are there and come back with the remains of Raila Amolo Odinga. It is an honor, a very moving moment. We left Kenya as KQ 202 with our colleagues. We landed in India and we joined Winnie, Ruth, Dr. Lunya, Morris, Ugeto, and the Kenyan High Commissioner to India at the military stand where the President, the Prime Minister of India had actually said that the government of India grants all the respect, military respect possible within the shortest time possible to Raila. I want to take this opportunity to confirm to the people that the government of India gave a military aircraft from Kochi to bring Raila to Mumbai, where we got him. And he was escorted by the military of India. Your Excellency, let me also take this opportunity because we did a turnaround of only 2 hours. And when we went there, we found Winnie, a very strong young lady. Mama Ida, you have somebody strong in your daughter. We found Ruth. We found Dr. Lunya, and we found Morris. We draped Raila in the Kenyan flag. It was a very emotional moment. We are back here. We landed, brought by the national carrier, Kenya Airways, and I thank Kenya Airways for heeding your instructions and turning around very fast, Mr. President. The national carrier brought back Raila home. The plane landed at 9:30 on 16th of October, switching from KQ 203 to RAO 001. That was the title of the flight. A great honor indeed. Mr. President, today Raila is here. He would have loved a crowd like this. This was his moment of excitement, his fodder. But today, Raila speaks to us in silence, total silence. This silence is loud. It speaks to the nation. It speaks with emotion. Raila, if you wanted to know where your political fortunes were, Wait until you listen to him narrating soccer on a political podium. Then you would know whether your goose is cooked or you have a chance. You would want to listen to Raila in Kiswahili proverbs, and he would explain very complex things with simple words. Ata mukia ni nyama. Raila would come up and he would say, ikiwa mtu amekuwa hivyo, tuwe kama siafu, tutatoa nyoka pangoni. This was Raila explaining himself. He stood for a lot of things. His spirit is unbogable. Raila suffered. He had a checkered career. But one thing, Raila never allowed the history to hold him prisoner. He never took his challenges as a life sentence. He stood up, walked, and moved further. We are here because Raila lived in this country. Mama Ida, you have spoken. Your speech was so deep and powerful. I can only request Kenyans, please listen to what Mama said. There's nobody who would be able to understand Mama better than Raila. She has told you what needed to be said. Nind Kigwok Jakom rest in peace, Jakom. Nind Gikwe Nind Gikwe Nind Gikwe Jakom Ward Mary Nind Gikwe. I have utilized, and in better times, Mr. Deputy President, I worked with Raila, and I remember when he brought fire into my belly, and I would go there saying, Nasa Hawa. We would say, Nasa Uhuru, Nasa Ruto. But today, while Raila lies there, I'm at Nasa Sisi Wote. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Asante sana, Prime Cabinet Secretary. I don't know whether this mic is loud enough. Thank you very much, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. I am extremely sorry for the many people who wanted to speak, but they couldn't speak because of time. Allow me to report that we have received the condolences of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni formally, and those condolences are with the President. And also, he has sent a delegation which is present here, consisting of the Right Honorable Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, former Prime Minister of Uganda, and the Honorable John Mulimba, State Minister for Foreign Affairs. I also want to confirm what Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka said here, former Vice President, that we have other guests, but I assume we just recognize them for now. Kalonzo spoke on their behalf. Even me, I'm not going to make a speech. I've just been emceeing, and I want to end this row so that we can move and do the other ceremony, which is getting late. I therefore want to request now that very briefly we go presidential. We start with the condolences of His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, former President of Kenya, and the 4th President of Kenya.
Asanteni sana. Thank you. Asante sana. Mama wetu, Mama Raila Odinga na familia, Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto na viongozi wote ambao wamefika hapa na waombolezaji wote, hamjambo nyote. Hamjambo tena. Asanteni sana. Yangu haitakuwa mengi kwa sababu ya masaa. Na vile mlijuavyo I got my opportunity in Nyayo Stadium the day before yesterday to eulogize my friend and brother. So sitarudia yale ambaye tayari nimesema. Yale yamebaki siku ya leo ni tena kumwambia dada wetu mkubwa Aida na watoto wake na familia yote ya marehemu Raila Amolo Odinga, tuko hapa tena kuambieni pole. Tuko hapa kusimama pamoja nanyi dakika hii nzito kweli kweli. Ya pili, kwa wenzetu wa Bondo na Siaya kwa jumla, kusema asante. Mtoto wenu ambaye sasa amerudi nyumbani, back to the ancestors, mulitupea atumikie sio tu Bondo na Siaya, lakini Kenya na Afrika, na ametutendea na tunawashukuru. Asanteni sana. Ya tatu, rambi zangu na pole pia kwa wana ODM wote ambao wako hapa. Asanteni kwa kutupa kiongozi ambaye amesaidia kuunganisha hii nchi. Asanteni sana. La mwisho ni kuombea ndugu yetu atembee safari ya amani. Mungu amuongoze kwa safari hii yake ya mwisho. We shall miss you, Jacob. We shall miss you. We shall miss you as a friend, a brother, and a leader of this nation. We shall miss your insights. We shall miss your thoughtfulness. We shall miss your wisdom. And we shall miss your laughter. Your deeds will live long, as I said. And we will remember. And I pray we remember those deeds in the actions that we shall live, emulating our friend and brother. So fare thee well, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Fare thee well, my ndugu. Fare thee well, my friend. Mungu awabariki na walinde. Asante.
Asante Mheshimiwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Before I call the next speaker, let me also acknowledge the condolences of Senator Gideon Moi. He has not been able to come here. He was at the airport with us when we were receiving the remains of our leader. Today, he has some inconvenience. He could not make it. Senator Gideon Moi sends his condolences. Allow me now, for fellow mourners, to invite the second last speaker of the day, a very close friend of our late leader, who is lying here. They have walked a long journey, and it is my pleasure to call one of the most decorated sons of Africa, the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo. Mr. President, you're welcome.
Your Excellency, the President of Republic of Kenya, my dear brother, Dr. Ruto, my dear sister, Your Excellency, Raila Odinga, my dear brother, Your Excellency, former President of Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Let me stand on the protocol that have been well established since this morning. Here, in this place, I was with Raila on his invitation 31 years ago when Raila Odinga was buried in this place. I was the special guest of honor on that occasion. And the person who made it happen was Raila Odinga. Since that time, we have deepened our friendship, our brotherhood, our working together for our two countries, for Africa, and indeed for the world. Over the years, I have come to know Raila very well. One thing that you could not take away from Raila is his love, passionate love for his country and for Africa. And that is what made our relationship to continue to grow from strength to strength. At this juncture, Mr. President, I want to thank you most sincerely for all that you have done to make this day a great day that it has been for our brother Raila Odinga, for the Odinga family, for the government of Kenya, for the people of Kenya, and indeed for Africa. Mr. President, the meeting we had in Mombasa, which brought you and Raila together, which led to you making room for ODM and other parties in your government is what makes this day a pleasant day that it has been for all the people of Kenya. And indeed, it is for me a lesson for all of us in Africa. A lesson of understanding, a lesson of tolerance, a lesson of love, a lesson of accommodation, a lesson that our nation, our continent, is bigger than any individual or group of individuals in our country. That is a good lesson that we must learn. One thing that I always like about Raila is his sense of humor. Anytime we met, no matter how serious the situation may be, you can be sure that Raila will turn the tension to something to laugh about. And for me, I've lost a brother, I've lost a friend, I've lost a confidant, I've lost a co-worker in the vineyard of Africa. Sleep in the bosom of your Creator. Adieu, Raila Odinga.
Now, the late Prime Minister Raila Odinga had other friends, and there are two other families that are represented here today. The late Raila Odinga was a friend of the late former Prime Minister of Zimbabwe, Morgan Tsvangirai, who is represented here by his wife. The family is represented here by his wife. The late Right Honorable Raila Odinga was also a close friend of the former departed President of the United Republic of Tanzania, the late John Pombe Magufuli. The family of His Excellency Magufuli is represented here today by the daughter of the former President, Jessica Magufuli. Having done that, it is now my honor to invite the final speaker of the day, His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces.
Asante. Asante. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Mama Aida Odinga, mke wa ndugu yetu, rafiki yetu, kiongozi wetu, pamoja na watoto wake Rosemary Junior na Winnie. familia ya Jaramogi Oginga Odinga kiongozwa hapa na Senator Daktari Oburu Oginga, Rais wa 4 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Rais wa zamani wa Jamhuri ya Nigeria, ndugu viongozi wetu wa dini, maaskofu na wananchi wa hapa Siaya na Wakenya wenzangu wote ambao mnahudhuria mazishi haya. Napenda kuwasalimu hamjambo. Amoso ujodurua. Amoso ujodurua. Jodurua untie. Jodurua Bwana asifiwe. Mimi kwanza naleta rambirambi zangu za mke wangu na watoto na za serikali zima la taifa letu la Kenya kwa familia ya huyu shujaa, our brother, the leader of ODM, the foremost political engineer in our republic, as we have been told. Nikisema pole sana Mama Aida na watoto na jamii kwa kumpoteza ndugu yetu aliyelala hapa, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Let me say this for the record. The nation of Kenya today is flowing with floods of tears of grief. The foundations of Kenya are shaken by the stomping footsteps of mourners. And the soul of our nation is aching because of the loss of a great hero of our nation. A man who has been made through fabric of struggle. A man who many fondly referred as the people's president, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. We come here to honor him in a lot of respect because of his contribution to our nation. Na ndio sababu leo nataka niseme mambo machache. Mimi na huyu kiongozi wetu Raila Amolo Odinga nilijuana na yeye wakati nilichaguliwa kama mbunge wa Eldoret North in 1997. I came to meet him in parliament. Baadaye tukawa na urafiki na ushirikiana mpaka tukatengeneza ile ilikuwa inaitwa cooperation siku hizo, mpaka Raila akakuwa Secretary General wa KANU. Baadaye nikaungana na yeye wakati tulikuwa na mambo ya katiba ya taifa letu la Kenya. Tukashirikiana katika kutafuta katiba mpya ya Kenya. Mimi nikuwa mwenyekiti wa kamati ya bunge ya katiba baada yake. Na mambo yakaenda mpaka tukaunda chama cha ODM pamoja na ndugu yetu Raila Odinga akiwa ndio kiongozi wetu. Ndio nikashirikiana na yeye na nikajifunza kutoka kwake. I can confidently say, as Mama Aida has said, Raila Odinga was not just an engineer, he was a political engineer. And I can say here, among his many students in the class of political engineering was yours truly, William Ruto. And I am very proud today that Raila Odinga is being rested when one of his own students, a man he has mentored, is today the President of Kenya. Mimi nataka niseme hivi. Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, katika uchaguzi uliopita wa 2022, watu wengi ambao walikuwa wananiunga mkono walikuwa wanashangaa sana kwamba mimi si kuwa na wasiwasi wowote na uchaguzi wa 2022, kwa sababu mashindano ilikuwa kati ya Raila na mwanafunzi wake. And therefore it didn't matter to me the outcome of the election of 2022. Either Raila Odinga was going to win or his political student William Ruto was going to win. And that is why hata wakati waliniuliza watu wengi, wewe bwana, wewe unawezaje kushindana na Uhuru Kenyatta na Raila Odinga wakiwa pamoja? Mimi sikuwa na wasiwasi, kwa sababu kama Raila angeshinda hiyo uchaguzi, mimi ningekuwa nimepata ushindi. Na kwa sababu nilijua yeye yale alikuwa amepanga katika manifesto ya Azimio, mpango ya housing, mpango ya universal health coverage, mpango ya elimu, mpango ya kilimo, mpango ya masomo, yalikuwa sambamba na sawia na sawa na yale nilikuwa nimepanga. It is just a student and his teacher. And that is why I can now reveal here today that immediately after the election, a few months, and there are witnesses sitting in our midst today, I looked for Baba. A few months after the election, nikamwambia mheshimiwa, tukaketi chini na yeye, nikamwambia mheshimiwa Prime Minister, wewe ni mwalimu wangu. Kwa umri mimi natoshana kuwa kijana wako. Kwa mapenzi ya Mungu mimi ndio rais wa Kenya. Nikamweleza mheshimiwa Raila, kwa hii serikali mimi nataka nikupatie mambo machache. Nikamwambia, kwanza, kama utasimama 2027 kuwania urais, ama kama utaunga mkono mtu mwingine, mimi hainijalishi. Mimi ninataka kama kijana wako niliyejifunza siasa chini yako, nataka nikushughulikie, kwa sababu wewe, you have made a huge sacrifice for our nation. You have made a huge contribution to our nation. And I told Baba, I want, as a person who has learned in your political school of politics, I know you have made a huge contribution to Kenya. I know you have paid a huge personal sacrifice, family sacrifice, community sacrifice. I want to right the wrongs that have been done to you in our nation. And we agreed with the former Prime Minister, and I told him without condition, I will do whatever he wanted me to do, especially to make sure that the sacrifices he had made for our nation, the contribution that he had made for our nation, we right any wrong that may have happened. Mimi namshukuru Mungu kwamba baadaye katika safari hii ya siasa Mungu alinipatia nafasi, mbali na changamoto nyingi zilizokuweko, Mungu akanipatia nafasi nijumuishe chama ya ODM katika serikali ya Kenya. And I am very proud that today ODM is part and parcel of the government of the Republic of Kenya. Wakati baba nilizungumza na yeye, hakunipatia masharti yoyote vile ya kujumuisha ODM kwa serikali. Mimi ndio nilimuuliza, baba, mimi nataka waziri wa fedha wa kwanza wa kutoka Nyanza, mimi na wewe tupatie nafasi hiyo. Baba akanipatia huyu mungwana anaitwa Nyang, huyu John Mbadi. Leo I am very proud that Baba and I made the decision to have John Mbadi as the Minister of Finance of Kenya. Today, inflation has come down to 4% from 9.6%. Exchange rate has come down from 165 to 129. Today, our inflation, I have said, exchange rate, our interest rates have come down, and Kenya is now the 6th largest economy in the world, in Africa. This man, John Mbadi, anatosha ama atoshi? Wengine waliniambia ya kwamba hatoshi kwa sababu anatoka mahali fulani. Nikasema nitamfanya waziri nione what is going to happen. Na leo we have seen what has happened. I am very proud of the decisions that we have made. And so are all the other ministers that we are now joined together in this administration. Mimi nataka niwaeleze ndugu zangu, najua ya kwamba mimi ni kiongozi wa chama ya UDA katika Kenya Kwanza, lakini mimi nataka niwahakikishie wana ODM, kulingana na matakwa ya baba, because baba believed in political parties, he built the largest political party, ODM. I want to tell you, we will respect ODM. We will support you to hold ODM together. ODM must be strong as we go to 2027, because that is the way we are going to have a strong government. Political parties are the foundations of any meaningful democracy. And therefore, the future of ODM, the strength of ODM, the well-being of ODM matters a great deal to me, because that is how we are going to have a strong nation, by having strong, vibrant, national political parties. Kwa hivyo wana ODM, ile kitu mimi nataka niwahakikishie, kwa mapenzi ya Mungu, ODM will either form the next government or be part of the next government. Ile kitu siwezi kukubali. Ile kitu kwa heshima ya huyu shujaa wetu, ile kitu siwezi kukubali, na nitafanya juu chini, Mungu anisaidie. Ni wale ambao wanataka kung'oa chama ya ODM na kwenda kuchezea karata ya upinzani kule nje. Hiyo haitawezekana. Si tukisema ODM tunasema tuko tayari. ODM. 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 Muko tayari? Muko tayari? Tuunde serikali 2027. Mimi nataka niwaeleze hivi. Baba, we consulted with him very often. But the last 1.5 months were very difficult times because every time I met Baba, his voice was hoarse and he kept on telling me that I am weak because I am taking some drugs. And I was very concerned. He explained to me that he had gone to Dubai and he had gone to the American hospital and they had told him a few things about his health. And then he came back and went back and went to Canadian hospital again in Dubai. And after he came back, his doctors, led by Dr. Olunya, who is his personal doctor for many years, administered some medicines to him. And when I went to New York for the United Nations General Assembly, I kept track with what he was doing. And I told him, I will come back, I will come through Dubai, I will also do a medical checkup, but when I come back, I want us to meet. Because his health was very concerning to me. So when I came back, I thought I would meet him on a Saturday or was it a Sunday? But when I called him, he told me, William, Bill, actually, I have gone to Malindi. The doctors have advised me to go and rest in Malindi. I will come back on Tuesday. So I told him, it's okay. Let me go to the farm. I will come back on Sunday. I will wait for you on Tuesday. On that Tuesday, Baba called me and told me he is coming. And he wanted to come and in the office. I told him, because you're not feeling very well, you go home, I will come home in the evening. And that evening on Tuesday, nikaenda nyumbani, Mama Aida akatupikia chakula, nikawa na ndugu yake Uburu, nikawa na msichana wake Winnie, tukakula chakula cha jioni, tukaongea, akatueleza sisi zote vile alivyokuwa anajisikia, na kwa kauli moja sote pale tukamueleza hatutaki guesswork kwa mambo ya afya. Wewe mwenyewe na madaktari zako uamue. Na nikamwambia serikali ya Kenya itamsimamia akiamua kwenda mahali popote kutafuta matibabu. Kwanza alikuwa anajaribu Ujerumani, akasema pengine atajaribu China, akasema pengine atajaribu sehemu zingine, mpaka akamalizia akasema ako na marafiki ataenda kule India. And we facilitated everything that the former Prime Minister, as the leader of this nation, wanted. Sitaki kusema yale mengine kwa sababu sote tumeambiwa. But I must commend members of his family because they were always there for Baba. Especially Winnie Odinga. Winnie, you are a special person to your father. You stood by your father. You were concerned about his health. You persuaded him to take his health seriously. I must also thank Ruth. Ruth Odinga, you were there for your brother. And Oburu kept calling. Mama Aida kept calling. But I want to say, it was not easy. because when we thought Baba was okay, in fact alikuwa amepigia watu wengi simu kuambia mimi niko sawa sasa, madaktari wameniachilia, wamesema nirudi baada ya miezi 6, wacha sasa niende nipumzike, nitapitia Dubai, nikuja nyumbani. Tulikuwa tunapanga kuja hapa Jaramogi Oginga Odinga on Thursday kwa ile investment conference, lakini mambo yakabadilika, yakawa vile yalivyokuwa. So nikienda ofisini asubuhi, I remember it was about 6:40 or 6:45 there, nikaona kwa simu yangu Oburu ameniandikia WhatsApp message, akaniambia my brother is critically ill. Nikampigia Oburu, nikamuuliza, I thought we spoke to Baba and he was feeling okay, imetokea nini? Akaniambia amepata information. So nikachukua simu yangu, nikapigia yule ambaye alikuwa ameenda na yeye, akaniambia Baba is okay. Yeye pia hakuwa anajua. Nikamwambia hebu check. Nikachukua simu yangu nikapigia mwingine, akaniambia pia hajasikia. In a few minutes, like 10 minutes, Oburu akanipigia tena, akaniambia inaonekana Baba ametuacha. He was not conclusive. So that's a few minutes after 7. After 2 minutes, Winnie akanipigia, akaniambia, first I told her, please Winnie, don't tell me any bad news. But of course she said, the bad news have happened. My father is no more. And those were very, very difficult moments. Many commentators in the newspapers and in the media say this is a very big blow for William Ruto. Yes, it is. It is a very big blow. A few minutes later, we consulted with the family. I remember calling Ida. She could not talk on the other side. And then we managed to do the processes that were necessary. I got in touch with the government of India, and I requested them to accord our brother the highest support that they could. I must thank the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, who is a friend of Raila Odinga, for putting at our disposal, all the support, including military honors for our brother Raila Odinga. Lakini haikuwa rahisi hivyo. Baadaye jioni tukisha panga vile watu wataenda kumchukua mwili wake, usiku Winnie akanipigia. Winnie akaniambia, Mr. President, hiyo ndege ambayo inakuja kubeba mwili ya baba, mbona inaenda Mumbai? Mbona isikuje hapa mahali baba yuko? Sasa wewe unanifanya nisumbuke kupeleka mwili ya baba saa hii usiku, ningangane naye niweke kwa ndege, na nimechoka, na hii kitu ni mzito sana kwangu. So I had very difficult moments there. Nikamwambia Winnie, unajua sasa hii ndege iko na watu wengine wanaenda kule Mumbai, na turnaround yake tulikuwa tunataka kupunguza, but she could not take any of it. Nikawachana na yeye, nikapigia Ruth, nikamwambia Ruth, please help me manage Winnie, mwambie tu atulie kidogo, these arrangements we are making. But all in all, I must say the concern of the family, his children, the wife, his brother Oburu and all the others was amazing. Hapo katikati, wakati bado tunahangaika, nafikiri kama saa 3 hivi asubuhi, nimeona kwa WhatsApp Junior amenitumia message. Anasema will ya baba inasema he must be buried within 72 hours. Huyu Junior amenitumia. And I am sending our lawyer to Mama to go and tell her what Mzee's will was. So hapo katikati sasa ikawa ni kizungumkuti. We are trying to balance between the will of the late, the reality of where he is, the requirements of culture, the state, the church. So there were tensions all over the place. That we are here Sunday to pay our last respects to Raila Odinga is an act of God. Na tunashukuru Mungu kwamba imetusaidia tufikishe hapa. Finally, as I must say this to the people of our nation, because this is the assignment that the Honorable Raila Odinga and I will mention who else were working on. Mumesikia Mama Aida Odinga vile ameongea. Amesema Raila was very concerned about our country and the state of our development. All of us know that Raila kept on telling us about South Korea, about Malaysia, about Singapore, and about those countries that were with Kenya 60 years ago. And he was very concerned that Kenya was still a third world country. You have heard from Haida herself. It was a major concern for the Honorable, the late Prime Minister. And wacha niwaeleze wa Kenya, the last 3 months, I have been engaging deeply with the former Prime Minister. And I want to say, when I first declared that I was going to run for president in 2005, among the people who encouraged me, then, when it was not even thinkable that I would be anything, was Raila Odinga. The last 3 months, we sat together and we agreed with Raila. And I want to say here in front of his body, we agreed with him that we must do whatever it takes to get Kenya out of this third world status and move it to the first world. We sat down with this man here. Na tukakubaliana na huyu Raila Amolo Odinga mwenyewe akatumana yule Hino, Professor Hino, akuje Kenya. Hino came here almost a month ago for us to agree on the plan that is going to get Kenya out of this mess. Nyinyi mnajua hapa Siaya sasa iko mpango ya nuclear energy, kwa sababu Raila alisema hatuwezi kuwa ni nchi ambayo tunaweza kusonga mbele if we do not have enough energy. And Raila proposed that we should at least generate another 10,000 megawatts. Let me say this because there is no other moment for me to say this when he is here with us. The same Honorable Raila Odinga agreed with me that we must extend the SGR from Naivasha through Siaya here to Malaba. He also agreed with me that we must extend a dual carriageway from Rironi through Nakuru, through Eldoret to Malaba, and also through Kericho to Kisumu to Malaba. And we agreed with him on how we are going to build a new airport and how we are going to expand our infrastructure. Haya ni mambo niseme mbele yenu the late akiwa hapa. Na tukakubaliana na yeye tutawazungumzia viongozi wetu wa bunge tuanze kuelewana. Na nikakubaliana na yeye kwamba pia nitamtafuta rais wa 4 Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta. And I want to say here to you, Baba, we agreed, me and you, that I would look for President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I booked an appointment. I sat down with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And we discussed what I had discussed with Prime Minister about the future of our country. How to think big, how to get rid of the average and the usual and the normal and the ordinary, so that we can stretch this nation to the extraordinary and to the excellent. And you remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta, I came to your office, I sat down with you, I explained to you what I had discussed with my brother, Prime Minister, and I want to thank you that you shared in putting this country together, eliminating division and tribalism, and making sure that we can forge a unity that would lift Kenya from a third world status to a first world status. Ndugu zangu waombolezaji, Mama Aida, I have discharged my responsibility to a friend, to a brother, to my mentor, a man I went to his school. Wengi walijaribu kuniambia ya kwamba Raila hakukuwa rais, kwa hivyo heshima yake ishushwe chini kidogo. Mimi nikawaambia hata kama hakuwa rais, he was the people's president. Na kwa hivyo apatiwe heshima ya kutoshana na rais. Ndugu zangu, mimi sitaki kusema kuzidi hapo. Nataka ni mheshimu Mama Aida kwa kutusaidia kuchunga huyu kiongozi wetu. Watoto wake by standing with their father. Familia nzima ya Jaramogi for the contribution they have made and for allowing Raila to be part and parcel of many families, not just the Jaramogi family. He became part of the family of Kenya. Today here we have leaders from across Kenya who associate with Raila Odinga, who have been mentored by Raila Odinga, who are supporters of Raila Odinga. I must thank his security people, Maurice Ogeta especially. Thank you very much, Maurice, for standing with Raila always. I remember Maurice, in our days of ODM, this Maurice used to wipe our shoes when we came late from campaign. Maurice, I want to tell you, government of Kenya, as we look after Raila's legacy, you too will stand guard with us to look after Raila's legacy. Together with all the other people who worked with Baba. To this community, I want to assure you that by God's grace, we're going to journey together in the footsteps and in the direction that our friend and brother Raila Odinga has pointed to us. And I will not betray the course upon which I have agreed with him. Asanteni sana, poleni nyinyi wote, rest in peace. Raila Amolo Odinga, our leader, our brother. Thank you very much.
Now, thank you, Your Excellency. And allow me now to just give the exit protocol before I invite the Right Professor Professor David Kodia to lead us in a closing.